Happy Halloween from Lagers&Life. My name is Mendo, the same guy that likes to do the time warp. Along with my drinking buddy that thinks that the Monster Mash is better than the time warp.
Well,
We'll have a discussion.
That's just fucking false. That is false, sir.
What's going on, everybody?
Let's do the time warp again, sir.
They put your hands on your hips. And then you say to the right.
Way better than the Monster Mash, let's be fair.
It did the mash. It was a great. The Monster Mash. It was a graveyard smash. Wow.
I mean, the Monster Mash does have that awesome doo-wop feel that I love, but it's, I don't know, the time warp's way better.
Oh, my. So, anyway, hope you guys are enjoying the Halloween episode of Lagers&Life. Lots to discuss because it's been a while since we've been across these lovely black circles we call mics. So
it's been a little while, but it hasn't. I mean, we went a week and a half.
Did you guys check out our Halloween music?
Hopefully you did. Hopefully you liked some of it. Maybe you did. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you hated it. What do I fucking know? If you hated it, I don't really.
We
know
can't
you,
help
I
you
guess.
there.
Yeah, I can't help you. But if you loved it and you want to hear more, check out those bands because they are awesome. Most of them.
Yeah. So, pretty much what's been going on with me is getting prepped up for Halloween, and even before that, I was part of a murder mystery party. Picture, if you will, you're in France in the Monte Carlo casino with you, Frank Kirk, as a former B-list race car driver, and his buddy, Lord, I don't freaking remember his name, also known as my boyfriend. So what happened was this murder was going to happen. You got to figure out who done it. My character was the race car driver who lived life in the fast lane, and his buddy, Lord, whatever the fuck. I forgot what his name. It's been a while. But we do everything together as best friends, as bros, if you will. Me coming from a rich background and had to leave the car racing scene for 3 months ago. And then we exchange, but buddy of mine, we make everything right. We exchange, phone numbers and women and have sloppy seconds. Don't ask me why. And we had 3 loves in our lives. Actually, I have 3. There was the Countess, who is a woman who is eyeing my boyfriend, or Lord, whatever. And I was trying to steal her away from him because I'm like Barney Stinson, except with better abs. I had the second one, which was...
feel like that's false.
Moment killing asshole. Anyway, then there was the beautiful Zara. The perfect girl next door. Blonde hair, black dress, practically had what it looked like a dead lamb across her shoulders as a boob protector. Not a bra, but like just, I don't freaking know. And she was just like, hey, I'm so-and-so. I want to be your friend. I'm his friend. I'm whatever. And then we get to Felicity. Now, Felicity...
That's the name of the murderer right there.
You would think so. She was just drop dead gorgeous. From a gay man standpoint, holy freaking shit. For a straight man, it's... You'll be at full candy corn when you see her. But she was just... like Mia Kunis, just a little shorter, and supporting 2 really good grande lattes, let's call them. Nice, perky, and ready to go. God damn, and God bless America. Since she was just... I was like, I'm trying to understand you, but I can't stare looking at your tits. I want to get information. Oh, shit. But she was a former lounge singer that still wants to get her big break. And had her eyes set on yours truly. What the hell was she thinking? But so there was this big old freaking foundation for the kids of something, and then there are people auctioning off a lot of stuff. I got private lap dance from Miss Felicity herself. She was gorgeous, if I was straight. But anyway, I couldn't pay attention. I was just getting drunk on my ass, having a good time, trying to figure out who killed someone. I didn't really care because it's just like, oh, free booze, fuck it. So pretty much that was the majority of that evening. And then the rest of it's just, like I said, just getting prepped for the holiday season. Halloween being this Tuesday, or when people see this, probably last Tuesday. And still debating to either dress up on Halloween or not.
I don't
So,
know.
I don't know. It's just like it's Tuesday.
I actually have the day off this year for Halloween,
Lucky
which is
bitch.
weird. And I don't know. I don't really have like a costume. Like I have a stormtrooper outfit I could throw on and just kind of to hand out candy and stuff because I don't have like big plans.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna like hand out candy and then, get drunk watching the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Which
you know what I mean?
is
Like,
the ultimate drinking game for that time.
That's just what you do.
That's what you do.
But other than that, like I don't have big plans this year or anything. So, yeah.
All right. So that was pretty much what's going on in Mendo's world. Brother, I believe you had your first year anniversary, I think.
That we did, yeah.
Tell me about it, bro.
Oh, we had a great. I mean, the week before, like last week, and this is why everything got delayed with the podcast coming out, guys. Yeah, I put in some overtime hours, and it just kind of cut into my week. You know what I mean? Like it sucked. But then the weekend came, and it was our anniversary weekend, and we had a lot of fun. We did the Arcade and Attica Railroad fall foliage tour thing. It's a lot of times it's a steam train. This time it was a diesel engine. But they're all vintage trains though.
Oh, shit.
With the vintage cars, like the cars are straight from like the time of like the railroad being the railroad. You know what I mean? Like, and then at the back of the car, or they're the back or the front, depending on which way you were heading. Because they when they turn around at Attica to go back the other way, it becomes the front. But they had an open air car, which was really cool because you just go walk out, and it was like the perfect day to do it. You could walk freely through the cars, and you can get back to the open air car and just kind of hang out and watch the fall foliage, the whole thing. It was nice. I don't know that I'd do it again, honestly. Doing it once was enough.
Kind of boring, though?
It was a little bit, but not like it wasn't like boring. It was just okay, we did it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and if they were doing like, because they do sometimes, they do like events and stuff.
Yeah.
I would definitely go back for events. You know what I mean? Like, they do a wine tasting on the train. They do a beer tasting on the train. They do stuff like that, and I would definitely go for that, but not just like the foliage tour.
Nice.
But it was real nice. And then at the one stop they had, at the Attica stop they had, they had food set up, and then they had like local vendors. So they had like homemade jams and jellies and preserves,
bunch of knickknacks and shit,
and honey and shit like that. We bought a bunch of like local honey and shit.
Hell yeah.
It was really cool. And then you head back the other way. But I got a cool video of the train actually turning around. That was pretty cool.
All right. Now, remember when I was a kid, like you can actually like lay like pennies and quarters and shit, and have it be flattened out by the rails. Did you end up doing that? Or
no, I didn't do any of that. But you know what I mean? Like it was still really cool. Again, don't know that I'd do it again, but it was cool. It was an experience you should have. You know what I mean? Get a ride on an old locomotive kind of thing, like that. Before we did that, like just before, like we had like a half hour to an hour before, like when we got there, because we got there early. We didn't want to get there late. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we showed up pretty early, but there's a winery right around the corner.
Oh shit.
And it's just little. Like it was literally in a plaza kind of thing. Nothing like it,
Not a vineyard, but it was just like
not
a store.
Vineyard, just a store. But he, dude makes his own wines there.
Yeah.
So we tried a few of those, and they weren't bad. Surprisingly, their cab and their Merlot were. I mean, their Merlot was okay. The cab was not. It just wasn't good. But their like fruit blended wines were really fucking good. Like their berry ones. Like I think we ended up buying like the blackberry wine or something like that. It was really fucking good, and you don't hear that from me often. You
and sweet wine, man. You don't go together.
But it wasn't like super sweet. Like that's the thing.
It was just like fruit sweet, not like sugary sweet.
Yeah, it was fruit sweet, not sugary sweet, and it was and it still had that dry kind of feel to it, mouth feel to it. You know. What I mean? So it was pretty good. So we ended up buying that. But all of their fruit wines were really pretty good. Even the sweeter ones were good. But their regular wines were just like meh. You know,
It's gonna take a while for like just the terroir itself just to at least get somewhat better.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's buying the grapes or growing the grapes and the whole thing. Like, so you never know. You don't know where the stuff's come from necessarily. But in any event, we did that, and then we got on the train and had a good time. Then we drove our asses. For those who don't know, Arcade in Attica, from where we live, is about an hour south.
Yes.
And then we drove up to Niagara Falls, which is about 40 minutes north of us. So in all, it's like a 2-hour drive.
Yeah.
Going from where we were up to where we are, where we ended up. Not that that's a bad drive. It was just, long. And even like 2 hours isn't a long drive, really. Realistically, it just feels like it. You know what I mean? Because
you're on the highway, and
when you live in the Buffalo area, everything's 15 minutes away. So going much further than that, just just throws you off. So to a 2-hour drive, it was fine. I was just getting tired, towards the end. But we ended up in Niagara Falls. We stayed at the hotel that we stayed at the night we got married. I believe you stayed at the same hotel.
Yes, I did. Giacomo.
Giacomo.
My God.
And they do it right, man. They do it right. Free valet parking. They do the whole thing. We got to our room. They had a note there. Happy anniversary. Thanks for coming back.
Oh, that's awesome.
They had chocolates there. Like the whole
Did they
thing.
discount your room?
They gave us a free upgrade to our room.
No shit.
Yep. So
jacuzzi suite?
No. Well, it did have the jacuzzi tub, honestly.
Okay.
But it was so the way that this hotel works is most of them are king beds. Then they have some queen beds, queen bedrooms. We had reserved a king bedroom. Now the difference is they have a king bed. They have their normal king bedroom, and then they have their corner rooms, which are bigger and more. Just a different layout and everything. They're bigger. They're almost suites, but not that kind of thing, because they do have suites, but they didn't bump us all the way up to a suite.
Why would
why would that's a lot of money to upgrade? But they bumped us up to a corner king instead of the regular king.
All right.
So it was nice. It was nice. You had the fireplace in the room, the whole deal.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, it was fantastic. That hotel. Oh, it never does you wrong. They like I said, they do it right. They put on a good thing. And so then the first night, the 21st, so it wasn't our anniversary night. We went to the Rainforest Cafe because it's there.
Yeah.
And, whatever. It was meh because Rainforest Cafe. What can you do?
Niagara Falls, dude. It's Niagara Falls, United States, not Canada. Canada, they do it right.
Well, even in Canada, the Rainforest Cafe is still a Rainforest Cafe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's nothing major.
Yeah.
So it was Niagara Falls, New York that we went to though, and it was meh, whatever. But we came back and we went to the bar at the hotel and had a drink or two there, and then we went up to our room. We brought plenty of wine and we popped champagne. We did the whole, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
we exchanged our gifts, did the whole thing.
All right.
Which she got me an awesome gift.
Okay.
Yet again, you're gonna appreciate this and enjoy this. I don't know if she even told you already.
Not a word was spoken.
She got me tickets to the Headstones show in December.
Shit, yeah.
I'm going to see the Headstones. You got, for those who know me, I always see the Headstones, but I wasn't planning on it this year just because of funding and everything.
Yeah.
But she got me tickets to see the Headstones, and
what's up?
She got me tickets for the night before.
What's up?
Night before the Headstones.
What's up?
Guess who else I'm seeing?
What are you seeing?
The Good Reverend Horton Heat. So I got 2 shows in a row: the Reverend Horton Heat and the Headstones.
Nice.
It's gonna be a good, and it's not even a weekend. It's a Thursday and Friday, but it's gonna be a good weekend. You know what I mean?
God, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. That's an awesome time in December, and then the following week we're going to see the Lion King down at Chase. December's gonna be packed full of stuff.
Dude, your marriage kicks ass.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. No way around it. It just
Jesus,
does.
tap dancing.
Like,
God damn.
I thought the ticket, the gift I got her was awesome, and then she blows
She
me
went
away
up to
with
her
that. Oh yeah, all day she did. But that's our marriage, that's what we do. Then we had then the night of our anniversary, we had dinner at the Skylon Tower in Niagara Falls, Canada.
Nice.
And we went over to the casino afterwards, up there in Canada again, because there's a casino on either side of the border. But we went to the Canadian one. They had steam whistle on tap. I was good. I played the Walking Dead slot machine, won some money, walked out of the casino. That's what. So anytime I can walk out of a casino up, I'm good. Like it wasn't up by much, but it was up. You know,
Yeah.
like $10, I think, but whatever. Minus drink costs, but whatever.
Man.
You can't get around that. Then we opened our wine box for the first time ever.
All
for
right.
those who don't know, we did a wine box exchange on not exchange, but we did a love letters in a wine box for our ceremony, where you write love letters to each other. You put them in a box with a bottle of wine and a couple of glasses, to be opened at a later date. Our later date was our first wedding anniversary. Our next date will be our 5th wedding anniversary.
Did you guys wrote letters like the day before your wedding? All 3 letters, like 1, 5, and 10? Or?
No.
Okay.
So we have to rewrite letters now, put them in the box with a new bottle of wine. But we have letters from just before we first got married, to now our first year, and then we're gonna have letters from our first year to our 5th year. Just to, it's a cool little thing we have. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So we did that. We did that up in the lounge at the Giacomo.
All right.
They have a roof. It's almost a rooftop lounge. Their top floor is just a lounge, and it's got a great view of the falls. The whole thing. It's nice. So we went back up there and we did our wine box. And yeah, it was just a good weekend. And then last night.
What's up?
Last night was a good night. We went to the Trelf.
Yeah.
And we saw. You're gonna appreciate this, even if you don't know who they are. You're gonna know who they are. Like I will introduce you to them.
All right, now.
There's a great band, great blues band.
Hell yeah.
Just some good old blues music. And they weren't like, it's not like Chicago blues, it's not like Memphis blues. It's just blues. It's think the entire track of the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
Like their entire movie track, like all of those different blueses mixed in together.
Yeah. Aretha Franklin, James Brown.
That's this band. And they were fantastic. They're fantastic every time we see. This is like the 2nd or 3rd time we've seen them.
No shit.
And they are just awesome. You have to come see them with us one of these times.
Please let me know.
You're gonna love them. The band is Miller and the Other Sinners.
All right.
If you guys haven't heard of them, please check them out. They are local to Buffalo, but they do tour nationally.
All right.
One of the best blues bands.
Okay. I got
in the country right now. I would say, honestly.
I've seen B.B. King before he died, and I've seen Kev Mo. So
yeah, you're gonna love Miller and the Other Sinners.
Nice.
You're gonna love them. Full 9-piece band, the whole deal. Yeah, dude.
Okay.
They have a full horn section, plus Miller himself. He plays guitar and he sings. He's the drummer, bass player, 2 backup singers, a piano player, the whole thing. They also have a 4 or 5-piece or something like that. Like they break it down smaller for some shows and some songs and things like that. But the 9-piece is what you want to see. Like that's their whole band just blowing it up.
Hell yeah.
So definitely check them out.
All right.
Definitely look into them. Next time they're in town, we're going.
Okay.
I will take you with us.
Nice.
Definitely really cool. And I don't know if you know this. At the Trelf down in Buffalo, they do on Thursday nights are just apparently their blues nights. They do it's $10 to get in, $10 to $12 to get in, and they bring in different national blues artists every Thursday.
Huh.
So if you're looking for a fairly cheap evening out with some awesome music, check out the Trelf on Thursdays, dude.
Trelf Thursday blues. All right.
But yeah, that's been my week. Yeah, my week, my anniversary, the whole thing. That's what I've been doing. But guys, the topic of the podcast tonight, beyond what we've done this week, which is always on topic,
Hell yeah.
is some of our favorite mixed cocktails. We haven't talked about this. We've talked about some of our favorite beers and our wines and things like that, and drank them and did the whole thing. So this time we wanted to go into mixed cocktails. Some of our favorites. We don't drink cocktails as much as we drink beer and wine, but we do enjoy cocktails, and we want to talk about some of our favorites and kind of put together a Lagers&Life cocktail list. So without any further ado, I'll let Mendo kick it off with his first drink.
Pretty much been my go-to, and pretty much in most bars, it's either Just either rum and Coke or whiskey and Coke. So it's just how much of well, yeah, let's count that as one because it's just blank and Coke. So, but
Yeah, it's just
so it's just part A, part B. Call it a day. It's pretty much been my go-to and standard. So nothing too like it's just.
Yeah, but if you do rum and Coke, you can make it a full Cuba Libre though, and like add the lime twist and the whole thing though.
Yeah,
you can class it up a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Right now, like I said, that was just small, simple, basic, all that loveliness. So, all right, what's your go-to number 5?
Well, again, when I make these lists, I make them in no particular order. So just bear with me. Like I'm not like this isn't my go-to drink. This is just a drink that I enjoy drinking.
All right.
But the first one on my list, and I always feel like I have to include it. I've only actually had it like once at one bar, but I always feel like I have to include it on a drink list just because of the name alone. It is the Martinez. And if you don't know it, it's essentially the grandfather to the classic or modern martini. It's a gin-based drink, with vermouth, and instead of like a lemon twist or cucumber or olives or any of that, it's maraschino or curacao, whichever is on hand. So it's that with bitters, by the way. So it is that bitter with some sweet and the whole thing. It's actually a pretty good drink. It's just you don't find it as much.
Yeah.
And when you do, it's probably made wrong. So you got to go to the right place for it or make it yourself. Yeah. But
if they don't know, if they'd be like, "What's a Martinez?" Just order a different drink, bro.
Get a different drink. Get a different drink. If they don't know what you're talking about, get a different drink.
Exactly.
And that's true with most of the drinks on my list. If the person behind the bar looks confused when you order it, order something else.
Yes.
That's a general rule of thumb when ordering any mixed cocktail at a bar. If the bartender looks confused or goes to a book, order something else.
Yes.
Just order.
I actually, surprisingly, this is honorary mention. I went to when I saw my parents who live in Bonita Springs now, like many years ago. I ordered it. You may remember this. The Yoda.
Oh, the Yoda.
Yes. The Yoda was a drink that was invented somewhere at some point. But we frequent this bar that was formed by Rob's former house. And this bartender named Mike, who I don't know what the hell he's doing. And
that's not where we got the Yoda from.
I thought it wasn't there.
No. I don't remember.
Oh, was it Rafferty's? I
don't remember what bar we were at, but we ordered shots of something, and the bartender was like, "You know what? I'm gonna have you guys try a Yoda," and then just mixed us up some Yodas. And I don't remember what bar we were at, or
I don't know if it was either. It could have been Raff. Actually, I think it was Raff.
It might have been Rafferty's. It might have been. I don't remember. I truly don't remember. But the Yoda, I'd say that's good. Yeah. If you want just a ridiculously green. That's all I have to do to describe it. It's green. It's tart. It's tart and sweet, and it's best in shot because if you're drinking it as just a drink, it's going to blow you away.
I made that mistake in Bonita. Drunk I was. Drunk was I. But this next drink I actually had this at least once, and surprisingly, it's been years and years. I saw my brother who lived with me for many years. Pretty much moved to. Well, yeah, that's how these things work. Moved to pretty much New York City at a young age, just to follow his dream of becoming this corporate financial guy, and pretty much he knows this stuff backwards and forwards. So he works for a big city bank called Citibank. So I saw him, and we toured pretty much touristy places like Statue of Liberty and all that crap. And then we went to Little Italy, and I had this drink, and I was just like, because it looked kind of fancy, kind of looked awesome, and I had to do it because it felt like Italian-ish. It was called the Americano, which is made of just Campari, sweet vermouth, and club soda. So it's just pretty much just red. It's just this red drink with some sweetness and a little bit of bubbly, but it just felt just beautiful taste. It's like pouring smiles on your brain. So it just felt right going there with, especially Little Italy. You got to have like you could probably have a Negroni or something like that, or Italian ice spiked with whatever. But this Americano drink, it just felt like you're in a movie, so you never know. So no, that was my bad Godfather accent that probably pissed off a lot of Italians, including myself. Anyway, so that was pretty much my lovely drink as far as the 4-ish spot. It was probably it's in random order too. So, but right now that's 4. So what's your 4th?
My next one, and you'll notice a trend here with mine, guys. Apparently, all of my top drinks start with M. Don't know why, they just do.
Really, Sesame Street?
Yeah, right?
Jesus Christ.
Rob's drink list is brought to you by the letter M. For fucking M. So the next one is margarita. But it's got to be a true margarita. Not this fucking fluffy shit like this essentially slushy in a fucking glass. No. A classic margarita on the rocks. And honestly, for me, personally, you can leave out the goddamn orange. It doesn't belong in the drink. Think of the drink's origins. All right, it's got Mexican tequila, it's got lime, it's got salt and fucking agave nectar. It's a truly like Southern and Mexican like drink. You know what I mean? It doesn't need at all any orange liqueur, and really, as much orange liqueur as you're pouring in there, like you're just dashing it in anyway. Why is it even there? So leave that the fuck out of it. That's my take. So when you're making a margarita and you're making a margarita well, you should just lime juice, fucking tequila, little simple syrup if you don't have agave nectar. I can understand that. Not everybody has agave nectar behind their bar, I guess. And then shake that shit up and pour it over fresh ice. Done. That's your fucking margarita. Rim the glass with salt if you must, or if you want. It's your call. And don't serve it in a big, stupid fucking margarita glass. Serve it in a rocks glass, and you're good.
It's Mexico!
Yeah, no. Give me a classic margarita, one that deserves the name. That's what you want.
Hell yeah.
So that's what I go with when I go with a margarita. If you like that big, sweet, fluffy fucking shaved ice piece of crap drink that they serve at goddamn like Margaritaville.
But I'm pledging for sorority week, bro. Come on, all of us are.
Right. Then call it what it is. It's a fucking alcoholic slushy. That's not a margarita.
Preach, man. God damn.
That's my take on it. Same thing with a daiquiri, just a different liquor. The exact same experience, really.
I've never seen you this amped up since the time that you had bad service at a hotel in Canada.
No, don't give me that.
Oh, I won't bet, but you were just like, it must be right.
I am actually I'm weirdly passionate about my margaritas. I am. They have to be done right. If they're not, what's the fucking point of ordering it? Because then you're just getting fucking orange liqueur and lime, which just doesn't make sense to my palate. Think about it. Does that make any goddamn sense?
Okay, let's see. Do a shot of lemon juice.
Lime
juice. Okay. Sour and disgusting. Shot of orange juice. Switch it around like Listerine.
Don't make no goddamn sense.
Hell no.
Don't make no goddamn sense. So leave the orange liqueur where it belongs, in the fucking trash. That's like unless you got like Grand Marnier, and then it belongs only in its own fucking glass with rocks.
I'll tell you what.
Like, that's it.
I'll tell you what. After the show, please make me one that is served right and should be right by your standards.
I'm actually out of agave nectar, so I can't do it properly. But I have simple syrup, so we can do that.
Great, I gotta drink it like a poor person, motherfucker.
Well, yeah, that's
God damn, Rob. God damn.
Yeah.
Since we're on this tequila kick,
all right.
My next drink was also was a wrestling move from the wrestler Conan from WCW, the real actual wrestling network.
That's a whole nother story that we'll get into and how wrong you are, but carry on.
I'm just saying. I'm looking for a tequila sunrise. A little bit of tequila, a bit of orange juice, splash of grenadine. I've had it at least 3 times. One was served very bad because apparently they were just running out of orange juice, and apparently had like this much orange juice. And we're like, and we're just gonna pour the rest of this in here. Tequila. Do we have another? We don't have another bottle. We don't have another bottle. Okay, fine. Here you go, dude. An eyedropper could have given me a lot more than that shit. And just a splash of grenadine.
This is why it's tough ordering drinks, like mixed drinks, from a bar. If you don't know and trust the bartender or the bar itself, order a beer.
Yeah.
That's
I should have done that, but I was just like, you look trusting. Do you know how to make a tequila sunrise? You sure do. We have the best in this town right here. No. Dear God, no. 1,000 times. Holy crap. Don't get it out of your head.
Because you're the only bar in this town here?
Like, no, that's not true. We have a Mighty Taco just two blocks down from here. We know how to do Mexican food just right. Do you really? That's like saying, well, I know a lot about grunge music because I own flannel. Jesus Christ. Bars are hard to come by, man.
They are good bars. Good quality bars. Fucking bars are hard to find.
Jesus Christ. So sorry about my little detour here. So we're back to cocktail land. Yeah. What's your drink, brother?
My next one will be the Moscow Mule.
Anyone saw that coming? Keep in mind, this show is brought to you by the letter M. For great.
Hey, I love Moscow Mule, man. Again, prepared properly. Doesn't really matter what vodka is in it, as long as it's, quality and not like just bottom, like well crap. But what the key to a good Moscow Mule, in my opinion, is the right ginger beer. You gotta have the right stuff. Personally, I like Saranax ginger beer, but that's me. That's what I got. You know, the right drink to mint ratio. That's pretty key too. But the Moscow Mule, it's a good drink. I enjoy it. That's all I got to say on that one. I don't have a big rant on that one like I do on margaritas.
Man.
Margarita, like I said, margaritas hit I don't know. They hit home a little bit or something. I don't know. Like they make me want to punch people in the face when they're made wrong. That's just.
Dude, I thought that was just Jim Beam Red Stag. My next drink will put some bubbles in your troubles. It's called a Kir Royale, Kirroyale, which is how you spell a really good drink. It's a champagne or sparkling wine for that matter. It has to be either extra dry or brut. If you use spumante or anything Asti, it's just gonna. I might as well just be injecting my body with sugar water, or simple syrup because that's pretty much what it is. But but this one is just Chambord or like some sort of cranberry liqueur and some champagne, or you can pretty much use any type of. The actual drink itself has to be made with cranberry liqueur, but you can easily use any other liqueurs for that matter and kind of spike it up outside of the.
Well, then it just becomes a slightly different drink or a different take on the drink.
There's Bellinis and there's all that type of shit. But Kir Royales are pretty much a good thing, especially if you're looking for something that's not. If you have like something sparkling that's way too dry, you're like, ooh, can't take the bubbles. I'm like, put a little this stuff in it. It's pretty good stuff. I'm not saying use like the cheap stuff. Use a prosecco. Use a cava. Use anything inexpensive, but if you actually use a champagne like Veuve Clicquot or whatever,
don't use champagne. Don't use sparkling wine. That's what you're saying.
Go with
a $10 bottle of sparkling wine as
if
opposed to a fucking $300 bottle of champagne.
Yeah, which that case, if I ever see anyone either in this podcast or one of us do it, you have the full legal authority to slap that drink out of our hands and say, "What the hell are you doing?" I'll be like, "Hey, what the hell? That cost me $20."
Yeah, don't do
and
that.
I'll whip your ass.
That's an expensive ass drink.
Exactly. By a bartender who apparently knows how to make Martinez's and Moscow Mules and apparently the really great slushy drink.
That's what we're.
You've been my bartender for over 10 goddamn years.
That's
true. That's my bubbles for my troubles type of drink. Do you have one of that type of sparkliness?
Well, I mean, the Moscow Mule is as close as I get on my list.
All right.
It's got that carbonation to it from the ginger beer. Beyond that. I enjoy freaking. Wow, why can't I think of the name of it?
It's on your list?
No, it's not on my list. If we're talking specifically with sparkling wine.
Oh yeah.
Why can't I think of the name of it? Fucking
Bellini?
no, with the orange juice. Fucking
Screwdriver? Or mimosa.
mimosa. Also starts with M.
Jesus Christ.
I'll enjoy a mimosa now and then with like a brunch, that kind of thing. And I enjoy mimosas on Thanksgiving morning while I'm watching the parade. Like which is
the gay pride parade,
which is essentially brunch. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll have a mimosa now and then. But other than that,
do you know what number we're at, or?
I have 2 left. So
All right. So I think I'm on to my
last one,
yeah.
next. So my next actual drink is also starts with M because that's the thing.
Balls.
Is a mint julep. Had traditionally on Kentucky Derby Day. But it's a quality drink, and I do enjoy drinking them. I drink them more than just one day a year, although traditionally I drink them at least one day a year. But no, made with the right stuff. It's got to be the right bourbon, and you got to have a good mint ratio again in that one too. Actually, my last 3, the Moscow Mule, the mint julep, and my next one, all are very mint based. But you get that good slap of mint in there with your bourbon, and I don't know. There's something to a julep that just it makes you feel sophisticated. I don't know.
Dude, we're 2 guys who live in the suburbs. What the hell are you thinking about?
It makes me feel classy. I got nothing.
Okay, fine.
I got nothing.
Nothing wrong with being a classy mother trucker, but I'm
Damn
just saying.
Skippy, man. And that's it. I mean, stick with the julep. I like the julep. If you're feeling fancy, then use a better bourbon. But I don't have that kind of money, so I'll stick with my mid-shelf bourbons.
Fair enough. All right, my number 1.
Apparently, the devil has taken over Mendo's soul.
Well, yeah. This drink right here is pretty much my dancing juice. It's any drink I dance to at a wedding or anything that's going to make me want to dance like a jackass. It is the Long Island iced tea.
Any drink ever, guys. Any drink ever.
Then he takes that one drink one step too far. No, but yeah, Long Island iced tea has pretty much been my go-to. It's like I said,
it's every liquor on the planet in a cup. That's
vodka, gin, rum, tequila, triple sec, a little bit of lemon juice, cola, just a splash of that. So if it's done right, I'm dancing all night.
Well, that's the thing, though. It's like I feel like with a Long Island iced tea, you don't necessarily have to get picky as long as you got enough booze.
Stuff I don't care.
And you can, but the thing is, you can get picky with it. Like you can make a quality Long Island iced tea. You're gonna pay for it for sure, in more senses than one.
So, what is your number 1 drink for the Lagers&Life Cocktail Bar?
Again, this was no particular order, so let's
not
build it up like that.
Very well. Okay, fine.
But like the last drink on my list, we'll say.
What's up?
Is the mojito.
What? I don't think it's a gay drink. Hashtag
Right?
Family Guy.
Right? No, it's a great drink though. Again, when made properly. Again, all of these drinks need to be made properly, guys. Don't fuck around
You
with
uppity
stupid,
motherfucker.
Yeah, don't fuck around with stupid bartenders. Never fuck around with stupid bartenders.
Jesus Christ.
If they don't seem like they know what they're doing, order a fucking beer. Get the fuck out. Like, that's what you do. But yeah, mojito, it's a good classic drink. That's all I really have to say about it. I don't have much to say about the mojito. It's solid. It is what it is. Just get it made properly with the right booze and the right, ratios. And ratios are different for everybody. Everybody's got their own, preference on how things should be made. Any one of these drinks could be made differently by any different number of people and still be right. It's just what's right to you. I'm a little bit more picky when it comes to, the margarita, we'll say. But
no.
But any of these other drinks, again, they're all subject to your preference. But if the bartender you're going to doesn't know your preference and doesn't care, then just get a beer. That's just get a beer. That's all I have to say, guys. Those are my drinks. Mendo, you got one more, right? I think.
I know. We're already good.
You're finished with yours.
Yeah,
that's right. All right, mine was the last one.
It's all right.
Cool.
Let's see. Do you have any plans coming up this week, or the first week. It's gonna be roughly November Halloween.
Yeah, not as of yet. I mean, like I said, I don't have too much going on for Halloween, and
Hell yeah.
other than that, I don't have anything else really planned for the week. How about yourself?
Me, I get to see one of my huge idols come into the KeyBank Center. I pretty much idolized this woman for like the longest time. One of the Jacksons.
Whoa, for the longest time.
Yes. It is your Black Sabbath, man. For me, my number one iconic, I pretty much had her first album and pretty much tore it up until it was like unscratchable, unreadable, unlistenable. Janet Jackson's self-titled album, Janet. And realizing for me, looking back, I'm surprised my parents didn't like preview her lyrics at all. Because just that alone, she gets real deep and sexual in her lyrics. And I'm just like, come deep in my body. And I'm just like, okay, I'm singing, come deep in my body. And my parents are like, okay. My parent, yeah, he won't be gay at all. No. Dear God. You know what? He's just dancing like a girl. Who cares? But yeah, I'm seeing Janet Jackson. This Saturday, it's gonna be.
Nice.
I'm pretty much gonna lose my shit. I'm debating just to like, have a couple of drinks and pay $14 for like 12 ounces of Labatt.
Well, that's why you pregame.
Exactly.
That's why you pregame.
That's why you go to your local bartender, be like, hey, make me a goddamn.
Well, if you're going down to the
KeyBank
arena,
yeah.
check out Ballyhoo. You want well-made cocktails? That's the place to go, dude. I promise you.
All right, making sure that I get
right around the corner. You're gonna get a well-made drink.
So should I order the Martinez, the Margarita, the Moscow Mule? They ain't gonna suck.
None of them are gonna suck, and they are all on their menu. They make, like I said, they specialize in nothing but classic cocktails. Check them out.
Well, that's the way love goes, and that's the end of this lovely podcast. And as we do the Monster Mash or the Time Warp, be sure to have a drink in your glass, drink in your hand, and always say these fine, beautiful Halloween words. Here's to me.
Here's to you.
Here's to love and laughter. I'll be true so long as you, and not a moment after.
Cheers, everybody.
See you at the next happy hour, and check your local graper.